So hello everyone, and in this video we are going to learn about the masking effect. In the previous video you might have seen about the holiday in which we did a text effect, but here we will learn properly about masking. Okay, so let me select the previous video that I had selected. Okay, so now what we will need to do is we need to create an adjustment layer as always. Okay, so after creating the adjustment layer, what we need to do is we need to highlight this whole van and we need to blur this other thing. So what we will need to do is we will need to click on the Gaussian blur, right? You can see this is the Gaussian blur, and we will drop it on the adjustment layer. Now after dropping it on the adjustment layer, you can see that these are the three options, that is this oval eclipse option, this ellipse option, and this is the polygon mask, and this is the free drawing. Okay, now what are these options? So you can see that this van, we want to highlight this van and blur the remaining background. Okay, now this van is neither the shape of an ellipse, neither the shape of a square, and neither this is the shape of a triangle or anything. So what we need to do is we need to click on this free drawing pen tool. Now after clicking on this, we need to start masking it. Masking means drawing small lines near it. Okay, sorry. So if you will see that while drawing, sometimes the shape changes, so we will click on Ctrl plus Z. Now Ctrl plus Z means undo command, and that will undo the previous thing. Now we will start masking it. So I'm masking it in a bit of hurry because I want to show you. If you want to mask it slowly, then you can click on here, you can select change the size, and then you can mask it slowly. Now masking it is a effect that you get in Premiere Pro latest version, that is 2019 2020 versions, whereas in the previous versions you don't get this effect. So what I suggest you is that if you really want to do some masking, then please use it in After Effects, because in After Effects the motion tracking is the best, and whereas in Premiere Pro it is so much time consuming. Like you can see that we have been editing it for quite a while, and then also we haven't edited it, but finally you can see that this is our mask. Let's see. So you can see that the mask is not tracking totally. Okay, see, the mask is here. So what we will need to do is we need to click on this option, that is track selected mask forward, and after that it will show something like this. I will pause it until this is completed. So after the masking processes, after the motion tracking process is completed, you can see that we are getting a fine look. But here these things, now for if you see these things, then you need to adjust it frame by frame. Now after a second you will see the same thing, then you need to just keep on adjusting it. Now I know that it is time consuming, that's why I told you, if you want to use this effect, then after color grading your video, use this effect in After Effects so that you can get a good look to your video. Now you can see that, see this thing. So you need to adjust each and everything. It is quite time consuming. Okay, so you understood the basic look. Okay, so let me pause the video and do some more adjusting. Okay, so adjusting has been done. Now let's increase the blurriness. So let's increase. So you can see that this whole van is blurred, whereas the whole background remains the same. So you can use this effect to blur any point, but we want the background to be blurred, not the van. So what we will do is we will click on the inverted option. Now after clicking on the inverted option, now you can see that the whole background is blurred, whereas this thing remains the same. Okay, so what we need to do is we don't need to blur that much, so we will decrease the blurriness. Okay, I think 16 would be the best thing. Now let's see. Yes, our video looks great. Now you can see small lines like this where the van is blurred a bit. So this can be avoided if you are doing each and everything precisely. Now in order to show you, I did it very fast, because if I would have done it slowly, then it would be very much time consuming, and I don't want this video to be so long and boring. So that's why you can see. Now in order to convert it into a cinematic footage, what we need to do is we will click on the crop option to letterbox. Let me drag and drop it. Okay, so now you know what we need to do. We will increase it. I think 12 would be the perfect thing. So after adjusting it 12, now we will click on the fit option to see. Yes, now our video looks cinematic. Let me play it and show you. Yes, so our video looks much more cinematic. Now we don't need to do color grading. We will do some small changes like brightness and contrast. Just click on it and drop it over here. Okay, so after clicking on this option, you can see the brightness option. Let me show you the brightness and contrast option here. Now you can see these three things. That is, if you need to do masking for it, then you can do it. Now we will increase the brightness up to 2% and we will increase the contrast up to 9%. Now in this option we don't need to do color grading, but we will need to add a faded film look to our video so that it looks a bit film like. Okay, this much is great, and we need to add a bit of vibrance and a bit of saturation, about 15%. And the main thing is that we need to click on the basic correction and we need to add a bit of warmth to our image, sorry, to our video. You can add a bit of warmth or you can add a bit of coldness. Here we will add a bit of warmth to our video. Okay, 2.7, that's enough. And now what we need to do is, so now our video is completed. So let's see how it looks. Yeah, it looks great. So you can use this tracking effect if you want to track a particular object, which means if you want the audience to focus on a particular object, blurring the other objects, or you can increase the saturation of a particular effect by just clicking on over here and adding saturation in the lumetri color option, and you can do it great. For example, in the lumetri color you can click on this option and start masking it, and you can increase the saturation of this particular object or brightness of this particular object by blurring the other objects. In this process we use it masking process, and this whole process is known as motion tracking, so that as the motion changes, the blurriness doesn't come on the whole van. So that's why we do motion tracking. So you can see how our video looks. Now let me show you the original video clip so that you can tell the difference. Okay, so let me show you. So this was our original video, and now we will see the edited video. So this is our edited video. Now you can see that there is not much difference, whereas you can see that the background is blurred. Now there is not much difference in the color correction because we didn't do a lot of color correction. As I told you that we need to do a lot of color correction in the lumetri color panel, but in this I just wanted to show you the basic difference. Like you can see that these area is not blurred, whereas in the original video you can see that each and everything is blurred except this whole thing. But here some of the point of this van is blurred because I told you that you need to do it correctly in order to have a great effect. So that's all in this video. Let's meet in the next video with another great effect.